Identity theft and fraud of any kind really can happen when you least expect it. And now there are a couple new imposter schemes that prey on unsuspecting college students and really the rest of us.
Yeah, very important to listen up to this. Here with us is Communications Director of the Better Business Bureau, our buddy Howard Schwartz, and he's going to help us help educate us on some of these imposter schemes, especially now a lot of maybe students at home are watching, they're on spring break. A lot of these scams are happening to college students. Why specifically college students?
Well, college students, first of all, post a lot of personal information on social media. And people can use that to try and find them. And for example, if you say what college you go to, they'll just keep hitting and hitting and hitting. The two most prevalent scams that are going on, one of them involves somebody calling, claiming they can help them with student school loan forgiveness, provided you pay a couple of $1,000s up front by an unsecured method such as wire transfer. The other big imposter scam, the one that resembles so much the ones that hit us, involves someone calling pretending they're either from the IRS or they're from a bank or whatever.
Heard that one.
Yeah, and they tell them that you missed a payment on your loan or that you owe money on taxes or unpaid parking tickets, that you'll be arrested in short order if you don't pay up, and that it might even interfere with your ability to graduate.
I've gotten those phone calls, and I actually respond by being not too nice on the phone. How should people respond to these folks?
Ultimately, they should not answer the phone at all. I always say don't do business on the telephone. You can't really rely on caller ID because that can be spoofed to make it look like it comes from virtually anybody.
Yeah.
If you talk to the person on the phone, if you engage them, or if you press 1 to get an agent, 2 to be taken off the list, you'll actually be put on what's called a suckers list. And your telephone number will be sold and shared. And I once took somebody on the telephone who got me at the wrong time of day, hung up on them, and I got calls from all over the world. So I don't do that anymore, consequently.
So bottom line, don't answer the phone. Obviously, for a lot of parents of college students out there, not only does it affect them, but it could also affect your parents. Seniors out there are also at risk.
Oh, absolutely. And seniors is the saddest because they don't have the means, they're picked on, but also our parents, you're correct. And the vast majority of scams that we're seeing are these imposter scams. The IRS imposter, somebody calls you, tells you that you owe the IRS money, send the money right away or you'll be arrested. But the other one we've been seeing over the years that specifically targets the elderly, and that is when someone calls up from a utility and they tell you that you owe money, if you don't pay up right away, that they'll pull the plug on your electricity, so to speak.
So what's the bottom line here, Howard? Is it that if somebody like the IRS is calling you, you should really think about this twice. They would not be calling you at all, would they?
No, they wouldn't. They would actually send you a letter first. They would inform you. And I think the single most important thing to remember is that no government agency, no bank, no insurance company will call you. Nobody will call you and ask for personal information if they're legitimate. So I think if that's the guiding rule that we use, we should be safe. And when I say don't answer the phone, if somebody really wants to get hold of you, they'll leave a message on your voicemail, and that's the way I approach it.
Right. Very good information there, Howard Schwartz. Thank you for joining us. As always, here for more information, bbb.org.
/Connecticut, spelled out.
Look at that. Howard, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Keeping us safe, Howard.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.